Getting the box open at first, everything looks undamaged and very well packaged. Very impressed with that so far, and they threw in a universal phone mount that was just chilling in the box there when I opened it, so that's a nice little bonus. Next we've got the charger nicely wrapped up here, and the two fobs. Interesting. Let's see, it's like a bag. Looks like to be the handlebar bag they had listed on the website for accessories. Nice. Definitely not a light scooter. Not too bad. Wow. That headlight looks a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Got it out of the initial plastic here. Everything looks really good. Feels very high quality. Rear suspension looks really beefy. Throttle. They've got the throttle set up here on the bars, protected for transport. Bars are folded down. Really the only negative reviews I could find online were people complaining about the throttle LCD screen unit being damaged on arrival. Looks like they have remedied that issue, and that looks to be quite securely packed. Little film on the front was lifted up a little bit, but yeah, the screen is in perfect condition. Another one of the reviews I read said that their screen came all scratched up, so glad to see mine is not like that. I've already put some fingerprints on it. Careful while unwrapping this because it is still connected. Everything is still wired up currently. I kind of thought it was disconnected at first and possibly tugged on it a little harder than it needed. They also jammed a nice chunk of bubble wrap up under the mudguard between the tire and the mudguard so that there's no movement of that during shipping. I was actually expecting that to be a little flimsier, but that feels pretty strong. Okay, I wouldn't stand on it. Yeah, I wouldn't stand on it, but it feels good. It does come 100% assembled. I haven't used any tools to get it to this point. The only thing I need to work on now is getting the mount for the throttle flipped around. They sent it this way when it looks like it should be sitting on the front of the bar. So I'll go ahead and use a provided tool and flip that around. Alright, I went ahead and threw on my bike light that I just bought for her. Wow. Okay. That should be good. Everything is ready to roll. Got the handlebars up in position, got the throttle mounted. Well, this might be the worst manual I've ever received with something. And that's not even the same scooter design. That's a different setup in the back and whatnot. And then you go to the next page. That's also not even the same model that I have. And the next page, again, just technical information for models that I do not have. And the back page, it's literally just the technical information, weight capacity, color, stuff that was all on the website, safety instructions, how to fold and unfold, and what the different meanings on the LCD screen are. But nothing on how to program the LCD modes before riding, braking. So just kind of a general summary maintenance whatnot on their products. Nothing specific to this scooter whatsoever. Kind of a letdown. It appears to have shipped with 3/4 of a battery. So I'm going to take it outside and see what happens. So far so good. Hit about 32 miles per hour downhill. As long as the speedo is even remotely correct, it's pretty good. It's getting pretty dirty already, but that's all right. My first little movement on it was through like 80 feet of gravel and rock and dirt. Did pretty good. This will be kind of sketchy, one-handed, but oh god. Yeah, the brake is on the other side, so oh god. Yeah, that's tricky. Oh god, that's too fast to do one-handed. Oh my god. Pulling me up these little hills. It maybe loses like 2 miles per hour going uphill. Levels right back out to full speed. It's really nice. Oh, slow down a little bit. Too much water. Off-road. Oh, too much water there too. Should have seen that coming. Tennis ball. Yeah, this is nice. This park is right next to my house. I can see myself coming here and cruising every night just for fun. This is so nice. Oh! Okay, officially 2 hands. Almost just died. Alright, I don't know how well this view is going to work. We'll see. Brake's pretty good. Just like my phone. No, it didn't. Well, it will wheelie. Okay, so first impressions. It is an amazing, well-built scooter. No creaks or squeaks or anything like that. I'm jumping off curbs right and left, and it's taking it like a champ. So far, so good. This thing is just a beastly little frame, too. That thing is thick. Not worried about damaging anything on that. The tires are holding up really good. Nice, good traction. Haven't slipped out, really. Nothing that wasn't my fault. But here I am almost 10 miles away from my house, enjoying a nice little view on the river that I've never seen. And this is why I got a scooter. Wanted to be able to see stuff like this, go ride on bike paths without actually killing myself and being all sweaty. I'm at about, well, I just ran this thing straight out of the box like this, so I just went from 3/4 to about half on the battery, so I'll probably head back now. Nice little ride. Okay, after the first ride, I'm just overall very impressed. The top speed is exactly what they claimed. I mean, it says 24 miles an hour, and that's what it gets up to and cruises at. I was able to hit 30 downhill, but that's not what it wants to do. It's a very fun scooter. It's fast enough to where I was already yelled at by a guy to put a helmet on. So I did buy a helmet, and I will be wearing it. I just didn't for this first little trip, just for testing purposes, but this is going to be something you could actually hurt yourself on, especially if you get too comfortable and get the wobbles and go down. With the suspension and the front aired tire, it's got a lot of grip. I was really impressed with how much grip the front tire had. I was able to corner confidently and kind of just really dip into corners almost like a little motorcycle. It felt great. There were sections where, you know, the sidewalk dipped out and went to grass, and I did not hesitate to rip right through the grass onto the next section of sidewalk. It likes off-road a little bit. I was able to cruise gravel quite a bit, instead of being in the car's way in the road. You can cruise the gravel on the side and kind of stay out of the way and even have fun and spin tires on it a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be a great little commuter and fun to take on the bike paths and just cruise. So for some night cruises maybe. This headlight doesn't really work there because I can't manipulate the position of it up and down, only side to side basically. Well, it's too tight, but I'll have to figure out a way to mount it vertically on the bars. It'll mount right there, but it just means I have to take it on and off every time. It's not that big of a deal. It's charging right now, but tomorrow will be another day with this scooter, and I will see what I can do about testing the range. I need to talk to Joyor about possibly getting some information on how to program the LCD. There's no information in the manual whatsoever. Just a little frustrating, but it says I did 17 miles. So I know that's not quite correct because the speedo is also off. So I was reading online that you can adjust the settings in here so that the tire size is different and it changes the speed. So I'll be trying to do that, but in the meantime I'm just going to enjoy it and see how well it holds up. I'm going to probably ride it on a daily basis, so if it doesn't hold up, I'll be the first to find out. I'm going to go through and make sure all the bolts are good and tight, and I may do that on a regular basis just to be sure. But this is a Joyor F7 scooter, and I got it on sale for $6.99. Nothing in this price range compares to it whatsoever. Everything else that has a 40-mile range and a 24 mile per hour top speed is a $1,000 scooter all day. So if this thing turns out to be half as decent as my first impression of it is, this is a hell of a good deal. So Joyor F7 scooter from joyorscooters.com, and I will do more reviews on this one.